Hi everyone, Jazz916 here. Welcome to my latest update, 8/24/24. We are again in part 2 of the village. In today's update, I have more updated builds. All of these builds are from folder 6, which contains all of the settlement builds. Those on the north side and those on the east side of the village, and all of the mining builds. Okay, so comments, questions, suggestions, all of that kind of stuff, please leave them below the video. Okay, so let's take a look at the build list. As you can see, there's quite a few. Over here we have mining, then we have the settlement buildings for the north side, and then we have the settlement buildings for the east side, and then a few miscellaneous builds. Okay, so we have a really lot to do today. So, let me apologize in advance. This will probably be a little longer than normal. Can't help it. It's a lot of builds. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so we have a lot to look at. We're going to start with, this is building number 39. It is a mining house, which means it's quickly put up, quick torn down. The houses in this area are mostly considered temporary dwellings kind of thing. So, not a lot has been put into them, but I do what I can with them just to make them look half decent. Okay, we did the topsoil. We did the interior textures on this one. We did windows on this one. We did the thumbnail and postures, all of that kind of stuff. So let's start by taking a look. Okay, on the inside you can see it's basically fairly simply built. This one's more fancy than some of the others, mostly because one of the head guys from the mine, headquarters, which is right across the street from here, this was his house. So there you go. And also it's got the little sign that was actually surprisingly still there. Huh. Okay. Let's move on. We're going to move on to number 40. Again, these are simple dwellings. These were in the mining area, and they are basically temporary housing. So they are not intended to be, really fancy. You won't find windows and things like that in most cities. Okay, the topsoil we did. I did the texture. We did interior textures. And that's about it for this guy. As you can see, we did texturing on the windows. Okay, so simple and temporary but useful. Okay, so let's move on. Number 41. Alright, now, again, mining area. Not a fancy build. These are intended as temporaries. I did redo the texturing on this one. I wasn't really happy with the way it was looking. So I changed that. I did the topsoil, did the thumbnail, the imposter, and we did the interior and interior windows textures. So there you go. And this is what we got here. Okay. Alright, let's move on. Next one we have is number 42. Okay, so let's take a look at this guy. Okay, so on this one, I changed the decorative trim because I wasn't happy with it. So I kind of simplified it to make it look a little bit better. Did the topsoil, we did the interior texturing, and some decorative trim for the interior. And all in all, I think it looks pretty decent. Again, these are temporary housing, and they are just intended to house miners and stuff. while the mine is open. Mine is always considered temporary because they mine different areas over time. Okay, now let's see what's next. Next, we are moving to the first building on the north side settlements, which is building number 43. Okay, and here we go. Now, I did the usuals. We did the texture. We did the imposter. And, let's see, did I get no, I did not get that guy. So, let's go ahead and get rid of him. And, yeah. Okay. So, there you go. We got that done. You can tell we have some texturing done. And inside. Okay. And these guys are in pretty good shape. As I told you guys before, there'll probably be two versions of this. One that is a completed one and one that is in the process. And that way you'll be able to pick which ones you want in a given location. Okay. Alright, let's move on to the next one. We are doing the next one in the northern settlement. Okay, that's number 44. These are in the settlement on the northern side of the village. Okay, so, yeah, we'll go ahead and get rid of that guy. And, here we go. And on the inside, we did some texturing on the ceiling. And that's about it. I think we varied the textures on these a little bit more because I wanted it to have that being built look, you know, the temporary stuff that's put up until the walls are ready, and just to help on guiding putting the walls and building the walls, that kind of thing. So there you go. All right, gotta keep it moving, so we'll move on to number 45. Okay. This is another one on the northern side. Okay, so now, same things on these. We did the thumbnail and the imposters. We did some texturing. Basically, we're just trying to get them into shape. I tried to replace at least some of the jammed ones in preparation, but we're going to touch up those as we go along. And I'll be putting more new ones in, and you know, we got a lot of work to do on these guys because, well, I don't want to give anything away, but these things are not unoccupied. They are actually occupied, even during construction. And you'll be able to see that as we work on them. Okay, and I don't want to give anything more than that away. So, alright, looking pretty good. Next, we are going to number 46. And here we go. And we'll save that guy. Alright, now, number 46. Same thing, thumbnail, imposter, topsoil, and I varied some of the wood textures just to give it some variety. And also the types of wood, so as you can see. Okay, so it's definitely looking pretty decent. I am looking forward to starting to work with them now. Okay, so we'll talk more about that at the end. Okay, so let's move on. We are doing number 47. And we are moving towards the eastern side of the village now. This is the settlement on the eastern side. So this is the first one. If you remember when you walk back on the road, this is the first one you see. Although I think you see it because you'll come up from this side, so you see this part of it. and then there's another building next to it. So there you go. And that's what that's looking like. We did the topsoil, thumbnail, imposter, and I put some texturing on the roof. Just to make sure everything was covered, including the top of the chimney. Okay, let's take a look inside. We textured the ceiling. So, yeah, we are getting them there. Yeah. Okay, what about the sky? Nope, that's a jammed one, so we'll get rid of that. There we go. And here you go, guys. Alright, let's move on to the next one, which is building number 48. So, building. Got it spelled right? Yes. 48. There it is. So we'll snag this guy. Back. Okay. Alright, so, let's see. Building number 48. Okay, so, let's go around to the front. Of course, we did the topsoil, we did the thumbnail, and the imposter. On this one, I think I also did the barrels. All of them. I got rid of the old ones that were jammed and put in the new ones. Okay. Let's see. We did some texture work, and we did texturing in here on the walls and the ceiling, and we got that squared away. Also, I had to adjust the size of this one, I think. Nope, no I didn't. Okay, wasn't this one. Okay, and there you have it. So we've got the basics down, and I am looking forward to getting him started. This one, by the way, is the build that was right beside the last one. This is the shared area that they hung out in. Okay, so let's keep it moving here. Let's check out building number 4. So let's see. Building 49. Let's see, 49, yes. There. And we'll load that guy. Okay, this is the, again, we are, just as a reminder, this is the settlement on the north side. No, this is the settlement on the east side of the village. This one was right beside another build that was there, and this was materials that are being used to build both. We did the texture in here, and we did the topsoil, we did the imposter and the thumbnail, and these guys are ready to build into. Oh, what's this? Wow, that's a big gap. Well, let's see. We can fix that, I think. Okay. So, now we got that back. I don't know what happened. Here we go. Oh, and on this one was missing, didn't have the blocks up here, so I put them in on the front and the back. So that was that's why yeah. Okay. Alright, let's move on. We need to go to building number 50. And let's see, that's this guy. This is the one that sits beside the other one. So, let's see. And there we go. And we did the topsoil, we did the imposter, the thumbnail, and the ceiling tiles. Also, I did some miscellaneous tiles just to some of the planking, just to vary it up a little bit, so we're not always using the same thing. just to make it look a little bit more realistic. Okay, let's move on. We are going to go to the mine is next. We are getting close to the end here, so that's good. Mine and mine. Okay, so we'll load this one and pop out of there and we'll go up. Alright, this one took a lot of work. I did the topsoil all the way around, and that was no easy task. It took had to do a lot of different chunks just to get the topsoil done on this one. And then also while I was here, did I change those? No, this one is half and half, I guess. So we're gonna pop these guys out. And that one. I did do some already. I think I did the one in the pit. Yeah, that one is good. And we did the one over here. So those were done. But I guess I missed one or two. And I think I did this one as well. Yes. Okay, now on this back building, we did the textures, ceiling and walls. And we did the windows and the window trim. And there you go. So that was this guy. And there we go on that guy. Okay, so. And wow. Says. And we'll go over here. And it looks like the signage here was kept intact, which is interesting. Still not sure why it does on some and doesn't do it on others. Maybe they're fixing that. I don't know. Okay, on this one, we did, let's see, this building, I did the textures, we did the ceiling, we did the windows, and the window trim. Same thing downstairs. Yep, looks pretty good. Alright. Okay, I think we have one more dealing with the mine, and that's the bar. The miner's flagging, so we're gonna load that guy up. Okay, so let's drop down. Okay, alright, so first thing off, you may or may not notice, but I changed the exterior texture. Because the bar is owned by a woman, I thought it would be better if it looked a little bit better, even though it's in the mining part of town. So, I redid the external texture on the upstairs, just to make it look a little bit pretty. And let's take a look. Oh, first off, we did do the topsoil, we did the thumbnail, we did the imposter. So that stuff was all done. And let's start upstairs. We did the texturing on the walls, we did the windows and the window trim. And then downstairs we did the walls and ceiling textures. And we did the windows and the window trim. So, looking like it's ready to move in. So that's what we're going to be working on. Okay, so let's move on. Let's see, from here, what do we have left? Oh, we have the settlement garden. And that's where we're going to end up at for today. So let's head there, and we'll head to the settlement. Okay, and here we go, guys. Okay, so this one I did enlarge, as you can see, when I did the topsoil. So I also had to enlarge the bounding box. We did the topsoil, bounding box, I did the barrels. I upgraded this wood on the fence. And that was just about it. Okay, so let me drop down to the surface here. And okay guys, so you're probably wondering what is going to happen next, and I did mention that I would talk about it in here. And of course, the next part is that we are going to be doing clutter around all of the buildings and inside the buildings, and we are going to be building out the interiors of the buildings, and that may mean that we're going to have to modify some things on the outside again, but that's all part of the process. We have so much left to do, but now all of the basics have been cleared out, and I'll be able to get back to where I was when it was in game, which is so much needed. This was a lot of buildings. I don't think I realized just how many there were. Um, so I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their day to check out my little work. And so thanks for the views. I want to thank everybody who has checked out my work on both my Instagram and my YouTube. I actually have more followers on Instagram. I put up more stuff there. That's not videos. Images from games and just stuff, more stuff. So if you want to check that out, you should do it. Let's see. And again, yeah, I think that's it. So guys, I want you to take care and be kind to everybody and to yourself, and I shall see you on the next one.